how do you know what marketing is actually working for you? I've just got off a really good Geospatial Marketing Academy call this morning with some of our GMAs, and it was a hot topic. Like, how do I know, Elaine, what my ROI is, what return I'm getting, what's working in socials, exhibitions, to actually generate leads and, of course, sales. And what do I need to do? How do I check it? This particular conversation was actually with a client who uses an agency. And the thing is, with agencies, is you don't always know what to ask them. They should know two things. There should be a brand awareness section of agency work, and also there should be lead generation. And because our industry is very technical, there needs to be a flow to the end result, which is sales and money at the end of the day. So how do you actually go about it? So I thought I would jump on. I was like, this is a great idea for a vlog, video and blog together. So I just thought I would just jump on and just walk you through it, because most people miss this out all the time, and it's just some little tips that you could probably take away and just double check. So the first thing I want to just talk about is the funnel and understanding the funnel. So I've made up my little funnel here, of course. So at the top of the funnel, you've got things like LinkedIn, you've got networking, you've got a blog, you've got articles, you've got, exhibitions, you've been at an exhibition, whatever. So top of the funnel, like your client has popped onto something that's sparked their interest. Now, generally in our industry, in geospatial, in surveying, it's usually to do with a big pain that particular client has. It's nothing to do with surveying, and it's nothing to do with the technology. If it is, they're in the buying journey, that is fine. But most of the time is they don't know what they don't know, so they search for it. Okay? So they've got to find out what's happening. And in this day and age, the customer is in control, you are not. Okay? So they come across a post, say they've seen something on LinkedIn. Right? They've seen something on LinkedIn, it's sparked of interest. For you, is the post that you're putting out there on a couple of times, 3 times a week basis, is it increasing in impressions? Are people commenting on that post? Yes, no. Does it have a call to action? Do they go somewhere? Okay, so there's 2 frames to that one. One, you don't have to have a call to action on every single post, because it could just start a conversation which is good for the algorithm, right? But the second thing is, some of your posts need to have a call to action. They need to send them somewhere. Most of the time, you are sending them to the website. Then they go poof, disappear into the atmosphere. You can't measure that, okay? Can't measure it at all. So you have a call to action, CTA, right, to a particular landing page that initially has sparked the interest of your audience on LinkedIn, as an example, okay? So your impressions are going up, you think, okay, people like this post. They're interested in this post. Where is it taking them? What are they trying to sort out? What are they trying to read? What are they trying to digest? So the call to action doesn't now take them to a website, just a website address, because you can't measure then onwards from that. You tweak the website to be a landing page or an article or blog, something that's related to the audience's initial interest in that post. Okay? So, again, from the funnel, from here, then they've gone onto the website, the landing page. Then on the landing page, you have what we class as a marketing qualified lead, right? So say you have a webinar, or say you have a guide, or say you have a gated, where they have to put their information in, article. okay? Email address into here, okay? This is what we class as MQL, okay? So this is where the steps come in to understanding what's next. What is the flow that you have to go through to measure, to understand the ROI on your marketing, okay? So LinkedIn post, they've clicked on the call to action, they've landed on a landing page. On the landing page, it talks about a problem. It doesn't talk about you. It talks about the initial problem you're solving. Then they go, oh, quite interested in that. Give me more information. So say that you had a guide on how to do something. Nothing to do with what you're doing or selling, but a guide on something that they're interested in of solving, okay? They click on the guide, they have to fill in their email address. Doesn't have to be complicated, keep it simple in the middle step. In this middle section, keep it simple. Email address is fine, okay? If they give you a Gmail or an Outlook or whatever. But it doesn't matter how many you get, it's the quality that you get. So from here, then you might have, so say that they've downloaded the guide, you might then have an email sequence that nurtures them over, say, 5 emails. If you like the guide, you'll like this. Or have you thought about reading this? Which takes them to other posts and articles and blah, blah, blah. Okay? So now we've got a flow. LinkedIn post, impressions are going up through the roof. Brilliant. So we know the content works. They're clicking on the link. Good. That's another little point that you want to make a note of. They're going onto the landing page. We've got, say you've had 50 people on LinkedIn page and 3 people come through to the landing page. Okay? Interest. Now say the landing page then, they click on the guide and they put in their email. Right, we've got now a couple of people that have liked that. That's good. Now we can nurture them. From there, you can either send them an email sequence or you can follow up because you've now got their email address. Or you just leave them be. Let them just keep nurturing and doing what you're doing. If they like that, then let's see what else they like. Okay, and from here, then you could phone them because they might have replied, they might be a DM, a direct message, they might have replied back to you, or you send them somewhere else and they've downloaded something else or they've come onto a webinar and now you've got their information. This is why a CRM is so important. So being able to track this is what can be quite difficult because generally it's like, where are they going? You need to have some kind of flow, but start off with a simple flow start. So the funnel starts off with lots of things that takes their interest. You might have things in the pre-buying journey that's related to solving problems. Then you might have stuff in the buying journey where you go, buy our product, have a look at this new GNSS or have a look at this new scanner or something like that, okay? So top of funnel. The middle of the funnel takes them to the detail, a bit more detail about solving an issue. It's value added information they can digest and read because they're doing the homework before that you even know about them. Then they go into the next section, which is the follow-up, the influencing, the nurturing system, okay? And the CRM system is going to then double up on that. It's going to help you figure out, oh, this guy's come through here and he's come in here and now he's downloaded this. Okay, he's quite warm, okay? And then in here is like the sales part. So this is where then the sales people come in and go, right, okay, I've seen that you've downloaded this guide and you've corresponded with this or you've been on our webinar. You know, do you have any specific questions you'd like to ask me about this particular guide or whatever it is? Then you go into the sales cycle, nurturing them, finding out what their issues are, finding out what then the solution that you can provide, and then hopefully closing. So depending on how long your buying journey is the customer journey is for your customer, so if it's a month or if it's 3 years or 5 years, whatever, then this will string out what you need to then communicate back to that audience. So that's the funnel. The missing links section, what I started on, and then I suddenly was like, let's just talk about the funnel, then come back to the missing links. So say that you have a LinkedIn post that is how to, I don't know, with utility surveys, for example, or utilities, how to monitor the assets, or what happens with storm damage, or something that's going to spark the interest of that particular buyer to go, Yeah, we have issues with storm damage getting to site. Nothing to do with surveying. Nothing at all. But how do I get there? What is the value added section? What do I need to know more of? What's keeping me up at night? Okay. There's a call to action to read more information about storm damage and accessing your utilities, right? Then they click on it, it takes them to a landing page. So at the moment, you might have taken them to a website, right? The website, poof, they've gone, they've disappeared. Woo! Okay. Done. You've lost that person now. But say that it's a storm damage page related to accessing the site, things to think about. You know, you're helping nurture and solve the problem for that buyer. They're on your site, so they know you're a surveyor. Okay. Then what do you do there? So you're very much focused on the problem. From the problem, you might then have a guide on here's the 10 top tips that other people have done to sort out storm damage, getting to site, etc., etc. Okay? Then you put in the key things that's going to solve the problems. Some of the issues, they go, oh, that's really insightful. Thank you very much. It's like when you read an article and you think, oh my God, that's so good. That's so valuable. That's what you want to do here. Then, so if you don't have the guide, you can't measure then the marketing qualified lead because you have no guide. They're just disappearing onto the page. You might have a landing page, but then you might just have the website. So your missing link is to then nurture, where are they flowing to? So Joe Bloggs here has listened to that. He wants to know information about storm damage and accessing the utilities. The call to action is actually a landing page about the more detailed about it, because you don't want detail here, you want it here. On this page then, there's a call to action to download a guide on top 10 tips to sort out and how to access site. And then from there, then you have an email sequence that nurtures this person. Or if you like this guide, you're going to like this guide. And then they're in the cycle. That is how you measure and just tweak some of the links in the missing links part, the missing section. One of the things I definitely advise you to do is make a spreadsheet. On the spreadsheet, column 1 is top of funnel. So it could be, say, LinkedIn post, Instagram post, blog, whatever. Whatever the main top of funnel thing is, start with one simple thing, LinkedIn, right? How many impressions are on LinkedIn are you getting? So they're going up. Brilliant. Even if you start off with 50 or 100, that's potentially eyeballs on your LinkedIn post. If it's starting to go up because you're regularly posting good information for that buyer, they will go up. Don't worry so much about likes and stuff like that. The thing is comments. The algorithm loves comments, so it means that you've got interaction going on with that particular piece of content. So that's column 1, impressions. Column 2 could be comments or something like that. Column 3, click through. How many people have clicked through from that post to a page? Column 4 could be the website. It could be the landing page specifically. So you can measure this on Google Analytics. Oh, 10 people from this post have gone through to this landing page and it's created, 10 people on that page. Brilliant. Next column is going to be the download. How many people then clicked on the download or downloaded the download? Okay, so you want to track that. And then the same with then the email sequence, or you keep it really simple, then you've reached out to them. So that you've got the marketing qualified lead. They're still warm, they're not hot because they're just marketing qualified. Okay. From marketing qualified, then another column saying sales qualified, where you've either 1, nurtured them, 2, phoned them up, 3, you've got a checklist so you know where they are in their cycle. Okay. So depending on who your audience is in their customer cycle, their journey from I've got an issue I need to solve to, oh, this company works really well. You've got to plug the dots, put the dots in there and actually figure out what they all are. So make the spreadsheet. Okay, so your funnel, understand your funnel, top of funnel, interesting, creating curiosity, as my lovely friend Charlie Wyman says, create curiosity, take them to a landing page. From landing page, take them to a guide or something that's going to add value. Nothing to talk about you. This is pre-buying journey stuff. If you are talking about the buying journey, then you can. That speeds things up. That's not a problem. That's another lesson. But from here, then nurture and then sale. So have then the columns in your spreadsheet to have it. But just go back to your missing links. And the final little pointer is, if you are working with an agency, ask them to help you with this. So again, most agencies will do a great job, but if they don't connect the dots, you will never get an ROI. Okay? If you have any questions, just let me know.